Hello, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. I am your host, Logan Landers, and today I'm going to be highlighting and previewing the upcoming matchup in the NFL playoffs between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots, the third match between these two teams this year. Who will come out on top? They're split at one apiece, and this is for it all. This is for a chance to advance in the NFL playoffs. I can't wait to break down the rosters and who I think at the end will win this game. But before I get started, if you enjoy this video, this podcast here today, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and leave a review. We go live each and every week on Facebook and on YouTube. We have clips of each show on Instagram. And like I said, with our podcast, there's over 600 episodes available to listen to right now at this moment, with more being uploaded every single day. A ton of amazing history specials, draft prospects, recruiting specials, playoff previews from previous years, really anything and everything football related I can think of. And I'm sure that you can find it over there on the show at 100 Football on any major podcast streaming platform. All right, let's get into it here. The Bills and the Patriots, it's expected to be sub-zero weather, very cold. I can't take it, right? I got a long sleeve on right now, and I'm just in Georgia. So I can't imagine what it's going to be like in Buffalo when it's freezing. It's probably going to be windy. People are going to be bundled up like Eskimos. It's not something I would like to be a part of personally. But unfortunately, that's just not how it shakes out, right, for these players. They did this earlier in the year, right, with the Bills and Patriots did. And that's where we saw Mac Jones throw the ball for, what was it, like maybe 4 or 5 times the entire game. And they ran it for around 50 times, and they got the win. 14-10, I believe, is the final score in that one. So very close, and we'll see if that has to play a factor once again. Because I remember I was watching that game, and I was like, man, that to me showed me that Bill Belichick is just one step ahead, I think, of a lot of teams. That he was able to realize, look, it's freezing cold, it's windy as can be. Guys are slipping, guys are falling down. Let's just run the ball, pound the rock, get some field goals if we can, and come away with with a close win, but a win nonetheless. So we'll see how that can go. As for the Bills, right? The Bills are the champions. They clinched the AFC East, so they are the champions of that division. The Bills finished this season with a solid record of 11-6. Meanwhile, for the New England Patriots, they finished with a 10-7 record. So very, like I said, these teams are pretty evenly matched altogether, and this is going to be a great game, I think, all in all. But let's get on to the rosters, and I'm actually going to start with the kicking team, with the special teams. I want to highlight those just because in this freezing cold weather, kickers can get rattled. The ball's going to be flying all over the place with the wind. It's just going to be hard to kick in the freezing cold. And plus, it's important because these playoff games can be defined by a missed field goal, missed extra point. So that's why I really like to give highlight to special teams here, especially in the playoffs. So for Buffalo, we have Tyler Bass. He's 28 of 32. Good for 87.5 on his field goals this season. He's missed 1 from 30 to 39, missed 1 from 40 to 49, and he's missed 2 from 50 plus. So it is a little bit of a gamble if he has to kick 1 from 50 plus, especially in this win. As for extra points, perfect. 51 to 51, a good 100%. So you can't go wrong there. Overall, very solid year. And Nick Folk for the Patriots, 36 of 39, 92.3 percentage. He's missed 3. As for extra points, he's been a little bit shaky. 42 of 47, 89% from his extra points. So we'll see if that has to play a factor as well. Other than that, like I said, for field goals, he's been perfect everywhere. Only place he's struggled from is from 50 plus. He's been 5 of 8. So other than that, pretty solid year. But watch out for the extra points because he has missed 4. Actually, he's missed 5 this season. So watch out for that. That could play a factor. Now let's get on to the offensive weapons. I'll go ahead and start here with the Patriots, led by that guy, Mac Jones, coming out of Alabama. Had a tremendous season after Patriots struggled last year, right, with the guys on COVID, Cam Newton not playing the best. But Mac Jones has really came in here and turned this franchise upside down, had a tremendous season, 3,801 yards passing, 67% completion percentage, 22 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and 28 sacks. So overall, a very solid first year in the league. Damien Harris and Ramondre Stevenson are the 2 running backs to watch out for. Harris, a little bit under 1,000 yards this year with 929. Stevenson with 606. But Harris does have 15 touchdowns on the year. and Stevenson with 5. So those two are definitely going to be pounding the rock. They ran the ball a combined almost over 300 times, so they are going to get some good playing time here, and we'll see how they can help out. Because it looks like they're going to be getting the ball a lot more in this snow game, so we'll see what they can do. For the receiving core, Jacoby Myers leads the team with 866 yards, 83 catches as well, 2 touchdowns for him. But he is the main guy to go to, 10.4 average per catch. So a very good year there. Kendrick Bourne, 55 catches for 800 yards even, 5 touchdowns for the young man. 14.4 average per catch. That is second on the team. Leading the team in average per catch is N'Keal Harry. He had 184 yards. Watch out for Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry as well, the tight ends. Both them. Henry has 9 touchdowns this season, a good pickup. Nelson Aguilar's there as well, doing his thing. Brandon Bolden, if he needs to be in the backfield, can do it too. So, they have a very solid receiving core all in all. All in all, they had, like I said, 24 touchdowns for them. Henry led the team with 9. So watch out for the tight ends in this game. They could be a big factor. For the defense, the defense is pretty solid for the Patriots. Matthew Judon leads the team with 12.5 sacks. Good pickup for them, right? All their free agency signings went pretty well, I think. Kyle Van Noy, second on the team with 5. So they have a very good team here. So as for leading in terms of tackles, we have Jawan Bentley with 109, the good linebacker. Adrian Phillips, the safety, with 92. Kyle Duggar with 92 as well. As for passes defended, watch out for J.C. Jackson. I think one of the more, some might say underrated. I would say not like a guy who's not really as covered as he should be in terms of how great he's been this season. 23 passes defended, 8 interceptions. You can't get much more better than that. That is a lockdown corner right there. Definitely a top cornerback in the league, if you ask me. Devin McCourty right there as well with 10 pass defended. Kyle Van Noy with 10 pass defended. And Adrian Phillips, second on the team, tied with Kyle Duggar with 4 interceptions a pop for each of them. So watch out. Like I mentioned, in terms of sack, Judon and Van Noy right there. And they just have a very solid defense, all in all. They get a bunch of tackles. They get some sacks when they need to. And their secondary is pretty good, if you ask me. Watch out for, Dante Hightower, and just a very solid defense all around. There's a bunch of guys that I can't get to right now, but they're you know this defense, right? This is a very good defense to watch out for. So they are going to come to play this upcoming weekend. Now over to Buffalo. Let's talk about the Bills, the AFC East champs, led by Josh Allen, 4,407 yards on the year for the young man. Had a very solid year with a 63% completion percentage, 36 touchdowns, 15 INTs, and 26 sacks. So looking good there. Devin Singletary right there with 870 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns. Josh Allen also not afraid to run the ball as well. He has 6 touchdowns for 763 rushing yards. Zach Moss, the backup running back, 345 yards, so he might be a factor too. But this is more of a passing team, right? This Stephon Diggs, the big guy, over 1,000 yards on the year, obviously. 10 touchdowns for him, 103 catches, so he's definitely going to be playing a big factor. Dawson Knox, tight end, second on the team with 9 touchdowns for him. Like I said, this is going to be a very tight end friendly game, I think. That might be a big factor. He had 587 yards. Of course, you got Cole Beasley right there, Emmanuel Sanders, and also Gabriel Davis, who are also going to round out the receiving core for the Bills. All in all, pretty good. For the defense, we have Tremaine Edmonds leading the team with 108 tackles on the year. Jordan Poyer, the safety right there behind him, and Matt Milano with 86, good for third place. For sacks, they have Mario Addison leading the team with 7, and there's a tie with Greg Rousseau and Ed Oliver for 4, with Ife Odawa right behind him with 3.5. So they have a good, like I said, a very good defense as well. As for passes defended, that is going to be led by a team of Levi Wallace and Micah Hyde, the cornerback and safety combo. Hyde has 5 interceptions on the year, so does Poyer. So that could be a factor there. We've seen Mac Jones has been able to, he's thrown a couple of interceptions this year, 13 to be exact. So watch out for that. But I think the D line for this team is pretty good too. And man, it's going to be a close game. I think this is going to be a close game, and that is why I'm going to give the slight nod. I think purely based off of just experience alone, I'm going to give the win to the New England Patriots, but it's going to be a very close game. I'm going to go with the Patriots 24, and I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills 21, so only a 3-point ball game. And I mean, it could go either way, right? There's a reason this is a good rubber match. There's a reason these two teams, they're tied one apiece. It could go either way, but I just think just the coaching experience of Bill Belichick is going to give the slight nod in this one for the New England Patriots at the end of the day and moving on to the playoffs. Oh, if you guys have enjoyed this video, this podcast here this morning, first off, thank you so much for tuning in. We go live each and every week on Facebook and YouTube. Also, check out our Instagram for clips of each and every show. And if you've not done so already, please go and check out our podcast. Feel anywhere podcasts are able to be downloaded and streamed, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, iHeartRadio, you name it, you can find it over there at the podcast. We upload every single day, so there's always something for you. Over 600 episodes on the podcast alone, and probably, I have to say, probably over 1,000 on Facebook and YouTube. So there's always something for you there. Amazing interviews with legends, history specials, draft prospects, recruiting specials, anything and everything football related I can think of, and probably that you can think of. We've pretty much covered it, or we are planning to cover it in the near future. Like I said, I've been your host this morning, Logan Landers. You've been listening, and you've been watching the NFL playoff game preview between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Please drop a comment. Who will win this game? And guys, have a tremendous day, and we will talk to you soon with another live episode.